On 2nd of December 2023, a first year medical student from a medical college in Bihar committed suicide. The reason for this suicide, as I got to know from the articles published online, was that he was under constant pressure, harassment from the departments in his medical college. In another incident that I had read last year, a final year medical student from a government medical college in Karnataka committed suicide due to the pressure of the exams of the final year practicals. Apart from these, from what I have read online, there are almost 358 suicides by medical professionals in the last 9 years. Why is it that many of the medical professionals are taking such an extreme step? Is it because of the constant harassment that is being done to them? Is it because of the pressure that they have on them during their academic years till the time they go to their professional career? Let's dwell upon this topic in this video. Exams are never-ending things in a medical college. If you ask any medical students what they hate most about in a medical college, I'm sure they would say definitely it is the exams. The frequency of the exams in a medical college is just immense. You have just prepared for an exam, and that exam lasted for almost 2 weeks. For example, recently as it happened, my third internals were conducted for a period of almost 2 weeks continuously. Just listen to this. 2 weeks continuously, 7 days, 7 papers, one after the other, and for each paper that you have to write, you have to revise for almost 600 to 700 pages of a textbook. And that I revised almost around 3000 to 4000 pages of text for these exams continuously for 7 days, and then giving you a gap of 3 to 4 days. After that, I had practical exams for 4 more days, and just imagine the stress. For practical exams, you have to read both the theory and also the practical part. So this puts a lot of undue pressure on the medical students from the academic point of view. In a recent article that was published by the NCBI, I read that almost 50% of the medical students experience burnout at least once in their medical school tenure that lasts for around 4.5 years. The stress increases as a student ascends up the ladder. For example, in the non-clinical areas, in the first and second years, when they are not exposed to the clinical training, they experience lesser burnout rate. Though I'm not saying they are not devoid of stress. The stress among medical students is in general higher in all the years, but when it comes to third year and final year, it just goes on increasing. It doesn't reduce. And as you go to internship, you have to work for inhumane hours, that is for almost 24 hours some days, and that literally takes a toll on your mental as well as your physical health. In a study conducted by AIIMS Bhubaneswar, in which 50 students from each of the 4 years, that is first year, second year, third year and final year, 50 students from each of the years were taken, and a stratified random sampling was done, and they took an Maslach burnout inventory, which is used to grade the burnout among medical students, which defines burnout. For example, they consider 3 characteristics, that is emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and personal accomplishment, and they grade you based on these 3 subscales. Emotional exhaustion, the grades are from 0 to 7, and in the other 2, that is depersonalization and personal accomplishment, also they grade you from these 0 to 7. 0 stands for you never experienced these 3 things, that is emotional exhaustion, depersonalization and personal accomplishment, never in your life in the medical school, and 7 stands for you are experiencing it right now. So using this Maslach burnout inventory, they graded the medical students and conducted this longitudinal and study, and in that study the results came out that almost 50% of the medical students experience burnout at least once in their medical school tenure. This is quite alarming. As you can see through this study, I also found that the as one goes up the ladder, as I've said previously, as one goes up the ladder in a medical college hierarchy, they experience more burnout. It is maximum during your internship and residency, and as you become a consultant, and then later it just goes on decreasing. Among medical students, the increased amount of stress and burnout mainly stems from three main factors. Those are the increased the frequency of exams, the time duration that is given to it, and the psychosocial factors associated with it. These form a vicious triangle, as I am going to explain now. So guys, as you can see here, these are the main three things that cause increased stress and burnout among medical students. The three main things are exams, the timing given for those exams, and also the psychosocial environment. As you can see here, we need to give almost one exam for every 3 months, and that exam lasts for 2 weeks, and it continues for 4.5 years. And if you calculate, it comes to around 8 months which we spend giving exams in our 4.5 years of medical curriculum. And what makes it worst is the timing. We have to maintain 75% attendance in our theory classes and 80% attendance in our postings, and STDs are also added to our theory classes. So 7 hours of your day is spent in your training, that is in hospitals and classes, which consume almost 70% of your time. And if you want to come and relax after these 7 hours of training every day, no, that's not possible during your exams, but other times you have to take out your time, otherwise you are definitely going to end up in psychiatry ward. And another is the psychosocial environment, that is the toxicity from professors and seniors, which exists in most of the medical colleges in Karnataka and in India, and unhealthy working. So guys, now having seen what is the problem and how prevalent is the problem and what are the possible causes for it, let's dwell on how you can actively prevent this or manage this stress and anxiety and burnout in an effective way. I recently read an article from the Wake Forest University School of Medicine, which is a medical college, who incorporated the active resilience training ART in their curriculum for preventing burnout and stress among medical students. Stress and burnout among medical students puts undue pressure on them, which not only hampers their cognitive learning and patient care in return, but also impairs their ability to perform to the best of their extent and to offer their services. So in this active resilience training which is given in this medical college, I would like to summarize the key components which are in it. First of all, before we go further, let me explain what is resilience. Resilience is nothing but being flexible and adaptive to the new challenges. In simple terms, let me explain it this way. When you were in your first year, when you got scolded by your professor, or when they have thrown you out of the class in front of all of your batchmates, you must have felt very disheartened, and you must have cried also even during that time because of the humiliation that you might have faced and how you took that incident. So but as you climb up the ladder, and in second year and third year when they did the same thing to you, you must have felt that it is just a normal thing in medical college and you just didn't care so much about it. So you have just developed a resilience in that medical college in that aspect. So this is what resilience means. It just means that you have innate ability to adapt to new challenges. So that's what makes us humans different from other animals. We adapted to different situations, and grown up the ladder of evolution. So that's what resilience means. You have to be flexible and adaptive to the new challenges. That's what is being trained at in this resilience training. While resilience is one of the most important factor in balancing your mental stress and burnout, one more thing, the second thing that I would like to speak about is keeping in touch with your friends, family, and your trusted colleagues. Uh, when you have continuous exams and that stress of exams just keeps on adding, and in every frequent exams that you face, you have to relax your brain. You have to relax your brain by going out and spending time with your family members, talking to them about what you are facing in your life, and also going out with your friends to places that relax you and bring you a sense of calmness. So, guys, the third thing that I would like to speak about is exercising. I am sure you must have heard this many a times, and I'm not going to just say this another time, but I can't just miss this fact. But because it's really important, you can just go and try this at least once. Just go and walk for 30 minutes, or just go out of your college campus and just be away from the faces that you see every day for 30 minutes of your day. Just for 30 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes, go and walk in nature, or just be away from the place of your work. And this is really going to calm your mind to a lot of extent. Exercise has also been shown to release endorphins, which reduces negative effects of the stress on your brain. And endorphins also are involved in elevating your mood and increased their So guys, I hope you have gained some knowledge from this video, and if you have found this video helpful, please share it among your friends so that it will be of help to them. And also, if you like this video, please do consider subscribing.